And you know that the oil is shared with those consortium which dig our oil out. When this comes, then it is shared among these companies and the government. The government share that time was very limited. So it doesn't go as much as two cargo. And that is the reason why mostly there were people went to get some repayment loans from other institutions, finances, in order to keep the government running. That was the time when the peace agreement was agreed. It was concluded. And you know the peace agreement was only being implemented by the government. There was no any other country which had helped the government of Southern Sudan to implement peace. The Troika you are talking about, the other international institutions, the countries were just talking. You implement peace, things will go well. You do this, things will go well. The only country which was helping might be Japan, and China might have brought some tents and some uniform for the cantonment. And the rest of the other countries were just talking. So it was the government implementing the peace agreement alone. That means what? Maintaining the 5 vice presidents, maintaining all these generals in the hotels, and then trying to buy cars for the vice presidents and all these things. It needs a lot of money. And the money were borrowed. And when this money were borrowed, people whom the money was borrowed from need them to be paid back. So some of your proceeds of the oil were going for payments of these loans. And that is why the arrears of the salary build up. Because there are priorities over priorities. And when priorities were over priorities, these were not of arrears were accumulated. When I came in, I got the July arrears was not paid. August was not paid. September was not paid. October was not paid. And I came in November, okay? And I paid July, paid August, paid September, paid October. And the last 2 months which I paid were November and December, when I just went to Washington, D.C. And now we are left with January, February, and February. The reason why we are not paying the arrears is that the oil is going for the loans which have been taken before. So when you don't have a cargo to sell, or when it is given for the loan which was taken before I could come in, there is no way I can stop this thing and say, okay, give me this money, and that person will take us to the court. So the oil money is going for payment of loans and paying some of the priorities of the government. It is not that the government is sitting on the money and is not paying the arrears. Now we are working very hard. Like now, I'm talking to you. I told my people to prepare 3 months pay sheets of January, February, and March. Where am I going to get the money? If the oil has been sold in advance up to 2027, that means that I will go to 2028 to ask somebody to give me money, such that by 2028 you will be given that oil. And the time when I'm gone, somebody will come in my place, he will find that all the oil of 2028 has been sold. So he will have to go for 2029. And then you sit and ask, where is the money going? Now, if I want to pay this salary, I had to get this in advance, somebody to give me money to come and pay this salary, which is the arrears. And if I don't do that, you people will go on the street. Why is the salary not paid? And if I want to pay, I will have to borrow. And when I borrow, that means that your oil is being sold in advance. So this is where your money of oil is going, my friend. There is nobody eating it. It is being sold in advance, and we pay people in advance of the money of 2 years from now. We are paying the salary of last year. What happened last year? You better go and ask those gentlemen. Because I don't know what kept them not paying the arrears. For me, I'm trying to eliminate all the arrears. But I have to borrow money to pay the arrears. And next time, after 6 months, you will ask, where is this oil of the money? Now I'm going to borrow it to pay the arrears and priorities of the government. Because the revenue is not enough to cover all this. That is why the money of the oil, sometimes you don't see it, but you hear it that it is being given. So these are the reasons which make this money of the oil you don't see.